Hello, fellas and ladies. Yeah, I'm about to do those freaking cheating Oscar predictions. Final ones for the wins. The Oscars on this Sunday, and the ceremony's gonna suck. But I'm gonna watch them anyway. I'm just gonna go through it on my phone here. I'm not. They aren't final as I'm filming this, but you know. Also, I'm not doing the fan favorite and the like those stupid Twitter voted ones, because fuck that shit. I'm fine. I'll get Spider-Man for both. That's my prediction. All right, let's do it. All right, let's start off with Best Picture. Now, here's the thing. Had you told me like a month ago that Coda had a shot at winning Best Picture, I would have killed you. I would have grabbed a baseball bat and looked you directly in the eye and said, how dare you lie to me in my house, and then kill you with that baseball bat. But now, it seems like an exaggeration on my end, and I apologize to Kevin's family. But yeah, Coda, my God, Coda has skyrocketed upwards to the point where now it is a firmly a two-horse race between Coda and The Power of the Dog. A month ago, I thought this race was kind of over for Power of the Dog. It seemed obvious what was going to happen. And because The Power of the Dog checks every single box. It has every nomination that it needed. It completely maxed out on what was possible. Like, it wasn't never getting costumes. It got the editing nod. It's going to win director. It got every single major precursor for Best Picture except for SAG Ensemble, where it still got 3 nominations. Yeah, it won BAFTA, like every single box Power of the Dog checks. And then take all those boxes and go to Coda, where it systematically checks none of those boxes. It doesn't have a BAFTA. It wasn't even nominated for BAFTA, but it also won Adapted Screenplay, so that's something. It doesn't have a director nod, which I can, let pass because Green Book and Argo, but it also doesn't have an editing nod, which I can't let that slide. And 0 tech nods is too much. But clearly this movie has a fucking passion behind it. It's an easier movie to love than Power of the Dog. I understand that there's some criticisms of people going, oh, it's like a Disney Channel movie. It's not a flawless movie, but I'm gonna ignore that and assume that's just film Twitter bullshit. But at the same time, it doesn't really feel like a picture winner. It feels like a small indie, like a sweet little indie film. But it is so easy to like the movie. I love the movie. It's super easy to love, but I can't just really? That's gonna win Best Picture? But again, and I am gonna go with Power of the Dog. At final prediction is Power of the Dog. I still think that there are too many red flags against Coda that I can't ignore. Will win, I'm saying Power of the Dog. Could win, obviously Coda. And then should win, I'm going to say Licorice Pizza, because that's my favorite of the nominees, but no, it's not going to win. All right, Best Director. This one's easy. I think even people who are anti-Power of the Dog can acknowledge that this race is over. That is for Jane Campion. She swept. She didn't lose a single thing, at least major. Hell, even in the Critic Awards, she barely missed it. She barely lost anything. So I think Jane Campion's got this in the bag. Could win. I'll say the runner-up is Steven Spielberg for West Side Story. It is a flashier directed film, so I'll say that. And also, that's my should win as well. But Campion's got this. We're good. Now, but the question, and also to that question of could Power of the Dog just win director? I don't see it. Could it win just picture and director, though? That's what I see less, though. I'll be honest. All right, let's go with Best Actor. This one's easy. This one is easy. It's Will motherfucking Smith, the freaking Wild Wild West After Earth Will Smith. This has got to be him. He swept. BAFTA was his biggest obstacle, and he did that, and he won that as well. Honestly, I'm so secure that he's winning. I'll just say number 2. The will win. Will Smith could win. Javier Bardem being the Ricardos. Why not? I know it's objectively better than Cumberbatch or Andrew Garfield, but it's also not going to be those two. So fuck it. Could win. Javier Bardem being the Ricardo. And then should win. My favorite is Denzel Washington for the tragedy of Macbeth. That's who I would vote for. He's not winning. All right, Best Actress. Now, if I were to film this video yesterday, like I initially intended, I would have said Jessica Chastain, moving on. And that's kind of what I'm doing. To an extent. I still think that this is far and away Jessica Chastain's Oscar. I think, it just makes so much sense. She won SAG, she won Critics' Choice. She has a clear lead right now. and no one can deny that. And plus, she has a makeup win that'll go with it. It makes sense. But things have changed in the past 24 hours. Now, when I see these anonymous ballots, I just roll my eyes because these anonymous ballots always come from the fucking Nazi branch, I guess, because all these people are awful human beings. And they usually don't dictate much. I understand last year with Anthony Hopkins, but like that's such a one in the middle. Like Carey Mulligan also led the anonymous ballots last year, and look what happened. But that being said, I can't ignore that Penelope Cruz has some passion brewing. It is something that is really stuck with me. Do I think it's good? Like, because here's the thing also, if we're going on a statistical evidence-based prediction here, all evidence could not be pointing further away from Penelope Cruz. She didn't get nominated at a single major precursor, like none. And I keep hearing this idea that like, oh, anything can happen. Why would we go? But then why are so many people defaulting to the one with the worst odds? But that passion, though, the passion, I can't deny it. And just to be clear, if people are using like past winners as examples of this, stop it. There is no one name I keep hearing is Marsha Gay Harden, who similarly got no nominations and won at the end of the day. But that was in a year kind of like last year in Actress, where also it was for supporting actress. That was kind of like last year in Actress, where there was a winner in different categories. So in a way, like Marsha Gay Harden would have been like if Vanessa Kirby won last year. This is not the case this year. Also, I just realized I forgot to turn my light on. That's professional. I also keep hearing the comparison of Hopkins and Boseman. What? Hopkins got nominated everywhere and he won BAFTA. Again, and Penelope Cruz wasn't even longlisted. And same with Coleman and Glenn Close. Again, terrible comparison. In general, I don't mean like just an actress, just every time someone uses Coleman and Close, I just go, shut the fuck up. Totally different. And in hindsight, we should have known Coleman was winning. But I can't deny what the passion that seems to be brewing for Cruz. I'll say she could win. She's my number 2 in this thing. I will be happy if it would be a very welcoming surprise, except for the fact that I very publicly and several times said she was never winning. Whoops. Also, if you're predicting Olivia Colman, power to you. And also, I will say should win Kristen Stewart Spencer. I love her, but she's not winning. If you're predicting her, power to you. Another thing with this category in actress, with Jessica Chastain, like I think everyone can acknowledge, even though they're not predicting her, Jessica Chastain is the likeliest scenario. Like we can at least all agree on that. But it's kind of like who's number, like before, I guess today, even now you can argue that Cruz is 5. It's hard to like decipher, to like really set down who number 2 is, like who her challenger is. I guess now it's Cruz, but also like her baggage is very clear as day. Supporting actor. This race has kind of tightened up. I think it's pretty clear who's going to win, especially with how Coda has been performing. I think that, even if it doesn't win Best Picture, I think that passion is going to lead to something. And I think Troy Kotsur is the easiest thing for people to love about Coda for good reason. Number 2, the could win in this case is clearly Cody Smith-McPhee. Unlike actress, we can safely say that he's number 2. But also, I think Cody's performance is just not an easy performance for everyone to love. Troy's is. And also, I think narrative-wise, Troy, who's been in this industry for a very long time and has struggled for the most part. Every time I see him on stage, I get pretty emotional because just knowing what he struggled through being a deaf man in this industry. And I think that is very compelling to people. So yeah, will win Troy, could win Cody, and I'm going to say should win is also Troy Kotsur. Supporting actress is Ariana DeBose. Dare I say more? Will win, and also she should. Will and should are Ariana DeBose. Could win, fuck you. All right, fine. Could win Kirsten Dunst, but yeah, not gonna happen. Original screenplay. This category is fun. Belfast won the Golden Globe and the Grace Choice. Licorice Pizza won BAFTA over Belfast, which there was no reason for that to have happened. And that made me go, oh, I guess Licorice Pizza is winning. And then WGA happened, which Belfast was not eligible. And Don't Look Up won. This category is fun. So first of all, to those who are predicting worst person in the world, shut the fuck up. Stop. Come on. It's not gonna happen. I would love it to happen. It would be great. But if worst person in the world does win, I don't want to hear like, I told you so. Fuck you. You got lucky and you know it. Yeah, no, this is clearly Licorice Pizza versus Belfast versus Don't Look Up to an extent. I think I feel like good saying it won't. It could be Don't Look Up. I think Don't Look Up is the showier script, but I don't know if that WGA win is enough. It could be enough. It could happen, but I'm going to say no for the time being. I'm going to whittle it down to Licorice Pizza and Belfast, and I think, man, you can make a really solid argument because they're both overdue. I know PTA is more overdue, and like the people are more eager to give him an Oscar than Branagh. But I think Branagh's played the game a little harder. Yeah, I think, and you can honestly make an argument that if Belfast was eligible, it could have won WGA. Can't really say that for Paul Thomas Anderson because he was eligible. So yeah, I'm gonna say will win is Belfast. Could win is Licorice Pizza, and then should win. I'm also gonna say Licorice Pizza. Adapt the screenplay. This is like a very fucking weird category. I thought this was so over and done with, but whoops. I knew Coda could have been like a thing, but I didn't think it was actually going to in this category. But now Coda won BAFTA and WGA. Power the Dog wasn't eligible, but like, you can make an argument, and you could make an argument that Power the Dog would have won if it was eligible, but like, we don't know. That's too much of a hypothetical to go off of. And Power the Dog won Critics' Choice, but also, fucking Critics' Choice. But here's the thing. This is where I'm gonna do my wild card, right? My wild card, my quote unquote long shot, but also like it's in the realm of possibility, so it's not really a long shot. Fuck you. Like, I am going to say Power the Dog will win. I know Coda. Like, I don't want to hear people like, you should be predicting Coda. I know I should be predicting Coda. And honestly, Coda could win screenplay and still lose Best Picture. It could still happen, but it's less that I don't buy Coda as screenplay winner. It's more that I just do not buy Power the Dog winning Best Picture with just director. And I'm predicting in picture and director and not cinematography. Spoiler. So I'm gonna say Power the Dog wins here. But also, like maybe they don't want to give Campion 2 Oscars. It's possible. But I'm going to stick with Power the Dog in that screenplay. Will win. I'm going to say Power the Dog. Could win Coda. Should win Drive My Car. All right, Best International Feature. This is going to be Drive My Car. It got nominated for Best Picture. It's winning International Feature. Could win. I'll say Worst Person in the World. But like, I think the screenplay win with the nod. The screenplay nod. Don't get fucking twisted. Screenplay nod was the win for this film, honestly. And I'm content with that because I love the movie. Should win. I think Should Win is the Worst Person. Animated feature. I think this is easily going to go to Encanto. I understand Mitchell versus the Machines had a bit of a tick with the Critics' Choice, but also you can't pick. But also apparently Chastain losing Critics' Choice doesn't mean anything. So I guess this doesn't mean anything. No, it means something. It winning all the Annies means nothing to me though, because Annies don't like Disney for some reason. But I think Encanto's got this. It's the bigger movie. It's Disney. I think Encanto will win, and I'll say I think Encanto also should win. It's my favorite of the category. Could win is Mitchell vs. the Machines. Best documentary feature. I think Summer of Soul is going to win. I do think Summer of Soul is going to win. I think it's the bigger documentary. I guess I know Flea got 3, but also kind of on a technicality. I definitely need to explain myself on that one. I say technicality because let's put it like this: if Flea was live action or English, he would have gotten 1 nomination. See what I mean? It deserves all 3 of them. It's an amazing movie, but I think I'm not. When people say Flea got 3 nominations, I don't really hold that too much. I think Summer Soul will win, and I think Flea. I think this is Flea's best shot at a win. I think Flea could, and I think should win. But Summer Soul, I'm happy with it too. Do you guys give a shit about shorts? Okay, sure. I'll do a quick short. Documentary short. Queen of Basswater is pretty good. I'll go that one. Live action short, what's the Riz Ahmed one? All right, Long Goodbye, that one. And best animated short, I heard Robin Robin's pretty good. All right, next. Best original score. This one's pretty clear, I think. I think you're gonna hear this word a lot below the line. That is Dune. I think Dune will win. I think the runner-up, I'll say Johnny Greenwood still for the Power of the Dog, but I think the lead is pretty clear for Dune. And then should win. My favorite of the category is Don't Look Up, but I think it's that way. Best original song. No Time to Die swept the majors, but like by default it swept because it won Globe and they love Bond and they love Critics and it won Critics' Choice and they love predicting. So yeah, but it is a Bond song. Eilish is big right now. I'll say she will win. I won't be surprised if that wins. Could win. I actually think it's Dos Oruguitas. I think that's what's number 2, because Encanto's huge, and Lin-Manuel Miranda is an Oscar away from an EGOT, and that's a pretty damning reason to vote for him. He's very respected man in the industry, but also this isn't the biggest song in the movie. Like, we don't talk about Bruno. If we don't talk about Bruno was nominated, I'd be predicting that right now. But it's not. I do get the argument that people have thrown out there that Dos Oruguitas could be a win for the entire soundtrack, and I buy that, and I do buy that, but I don't think it's strong enough. So I'm going to stick with No Time to Die. But Dos Oruguitas could win, and it's my favorite song in the lineup, so I'm going to say also should win. Also, Be Alive could also win out, so I will say that. I haven't, Be Alive, so in the back of my head, I think Be Alive could also win, but I think Dos Oruguitas is ahead, and No Time to Die, obviously. All right, best sound. What the fuck do you think is going to win? Dune. It will win, and also it should win. Of course, it's going to be Dune. Could win. Go fuck yourself. Okay, fine. West Side Story. Sure, I'll say West Side Story could win, but also no, it won't. Best production design. Man. So I would have said Nightmare Alley, but also Dune swept. Dune picked up everything, and that's pretty damning evidence that Dune. So I'll settle on Dune. I will. Could Nightmare Alley win? Yes, and I think it should win. But I think Dune's got this. Best cinematography. This is another one where I was tempted to go with Power of the Dog here. But that ASC, it's making me settle on Dune. It makes sense. Greg Fraser has the Batman out right now. That's pretty big for him. Yeah, and could Power of the Dog win? Yeah, it could. It could go along with the picture win if it has a lot of passion. But I'm going to stick with Dune. Should win, I think, Tragic Macbeth. Best makeup and hairstyling. I think this one kind of sealed. This one's kind of obvious. It's going to be the odds Tammy Faye. Dune, no. House Gucci, fuck no. Coming to America won a couple guilds. That is tempting. And I understand there's a stat about that. But also, if anything is breaking that stat, I think we can all agree it's Coming to America. Cruella also won some guilds. And I think that could win. But I think Ice Tammy Faye, it's likely going to be paired with an actress winner. It's the showier makeup. It aligns well with the most recent makeup winner, patterns of like biopic and also like very showy and prosthetic-y. And it's also the only one here tied with an acting nomination. And again, likely winner. So I'm going to say Tammy Faye will win. I think it should win, personally. Best costume design, I think this has got to be Cruella. It will and should win, I think. It's about costumes. It's swept. Yeah, I think it's easy. This one's easy. Could win. I'll go with West Side Story. Sure, why not? Best visual effects. Dune. It will and should win. What the fuck? What else would win? I guess Spider-Man. Sure. What could win is Spider-Man? I don't know. Is there a case to be made that another Mad Max Fury Road could happen? No. I think the Mad Max Fury Road happened because that's the one time I can say, vote splitting went down between Mad Max and Star Wars. I don't think Dune's gonna split votes with Spider-Man. So yeah, I think Dune's got this in the bag. Best editing. Okay, this is the last category, and I gotta put my big old thinking cap on. Now, Don't Look Up is objectively the show he's editing, but even me, who loves the film, even I can acknowledge there's some issues with the editing. Does that matter? Nope. But also, it wasn't even nominated anywhere except for Ace Comedy, and we can all just piece together what the advantage there was. So I'm going to say no, Don't Look Up will not win. Tick Tick Boom won Ace Comedy. Believe it or not, that's a pretty rough stat because there hasn't been a winner from that since it's been a while. It's been at least 15 years. And yes, that's a stat that's bound to break, but I don't think it'll be a movie that wasn't nominated for picture or sound. Now, Power of the Dog is the least showy editing of the bunch, but it has the sound nod, which is important, but I'm still going to say no to that one, even though it could. And especially if Power of the Dog has a really great night, I think it could win anything. So that leaves King Richard and Dune. I think if you have to whittle it down to two, I think it's safe to go with these two. I'm going to stick with Dune. It's a little concerning. It's 1-0, and that is very concerning. King Richard won Ace. Drama, which is big, but it wasn't nominated for sound or shortlisted, wasn't even longlisted at BAFTA. And also, like, not like the editing in that movie is like ultra flashy or anything like that, but to be fair, either is Dune. But, you know, Dune has a sound nod. It's likely to do really well below the line. So, yeah, I'm going to stick with Dune and edit it. And then could win is King Richard. Should win, I think, Tick, Tick, Boom. All right. The freaking video is over now. Crazy, right? I am not very confident this year. I feel like I'm going to get like a lot of these wrong. And feel free to bully me, stick me in that G-dang virtual locker like I should if I get some of these wrong. All right, subscribe and then also like. Bye-bye. Yeah.